Hello everyone. Good evening. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay, good. So now I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once you guys are able to see that. Okay, fine. So yesterday we have seen about what is input tag of the form element. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the another elements that we can use inside form. Okay, so yesterday we have seen input type text, email, password, telephone, number, month, date, time. This one is deprecated to remember. Okay, date, time, local. Here we have week, then image, button. We have like normal button here, input type button, input type submit, just to submit the entire form and reset the entire fields of the form at a time. You can do with this input type reset. We have seen that. Now here we have another one, that is input type URL. Okay, input type search, input type hidden, input type file, range, input type radio for single selection means, and here we have for multiple selection checkbox. Okay, now as we have seen, for buttons we can use input type button directly. Okay, and for input type submit means, for submit button we can go with the input type submit and value whatever we want we can keep here. Okay, send, it is send SMS. Another one, here we have the reset button. Fine. So likewise we have not input tag or input type, we have another tag called button itself. Okay, so directly you can use button tag. And now I'm going to write here, simply click me. So you can use this one also directly, button tag also you can take. So here we have normal input type button, input type submit, input type reset, and this one is a button tag. Okay, this one also you can use. Now we are going to see what exactly the form tag is and when to use that. I'm going to comment all these fields for now. Okay, now we are going to learn about form tag and its attributes. Okay, so whatever element we have seen yesterday, which we have learned about these types, that you have to always place inside a form. Okay, if you want just one input field, that you can take without form also, but whenever you want to submit some data from the front end to the back end or to the server, then you have to use the form tag. Okay, form opening tag and closing tag. Simply you have to use this tag. Okay, whenever you want to submit any data from front end, means from your web browser, or you can say from the client end to server side, then you have to use this form tag. And in between this form tag, you need to place all those fields which you want to keep, okay, on your browser, okay, which you want to display here as per your requirement. So let's say for a login, or you can say sign up form, if you have to create, what you will do first, you have to take a username field or name field first. Okay, so for that one, what you can do is here simply you can take, yesterday we have seen input type text. Here we have one text, fine, and one heading I'm going to give here, h1 sign up form. Okay, this is a sign up form. So first field here we have as a text field for username, or you can say directly, if someone want to actually provide the name, then they can use this field. Another type you have to take here for the email. Okay, just to provide their email. So input type email we have to use for that. Fine. Then we have to use, if you want to set some password while creating any account, what you have to do, you have to use input type password. So you can see here we have three fields, okay, in same line. So what we can do, just we can put a break over here. Okay, so all these three fields are coming now in new line, but there is no space between these fields. So that's why again I'm going to add one more break tag. That's why yesterday I was doing that. Okay, okay, fine. So three fields are there, but by seeing this we are not able to understand this field is for what purpose. Okay, there is no information how user is going to type, actually what data they have to provide here, that we will see. But before that, here what I'm going to do, I'm going to add one button, okay, just to submit the entire form. So simply I'm going to take here, just to show you that input type name and id is not required for now. Input type for button, what we can take, we can take button. Okay, and value here I'm going to take it as submit this form. Okay, submit this form. If I'm clicking here, see the page is not getting refresh. Even if I'm typing something here, see nothing is happening, no? Okay, so you cannot use here a normal button if you want to submit your entire form. So in that case, go with the input type what? Input type submit. Okay, input type submit. Here value I'm going to give simply submit only. Okay, and now we'll save this. We'll type here something. Here also we'll type something. If I'm clicking here now, see it is asking me to check password and see close. Okay, it means now submit button is working. If I'll click here, see the page itself is getting refreshed. Whenever I'm clicking here, see it is getting refreshed. So you can use here input type submit just to submit your form data to the server. Now the second button here I'm going to take, that is input type reset. Okay, and value reset I can write, but here I'm writing clear form. Okay, so let's say if I'm typing something here and here also, and here also. If I'll click here, no, so it will clear the entire form. Okay, then you can use input type what, reset. No need to write any JavaScript logic here. Okay, this is going to save your time. If you want to clear the entire form, simply use input type reset button and it will clear the entire form. Till here, do you have any question, guys? Raghu, if you want to save that data, we have to use some endpoint that actually the backend developer is going to provide you. So right now we do not have any server, but I will show you how to use that endpoint and where to place that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, as we can see here, if simply anyone will see these three fields, they won't be able to understand. See here, on this button, we have some text. So we can understand, okay, for to submit this form, we have to click here, submit button. To clear this form, here we have to use clear form. But how about these fields? What data we have to provide? So for that one, what you have to do, you have to add some additional attributes here to each and every input element. So that attributes now we are going to see. Okay. So the first attribute, simply I'm clicking here just to decorate this one. What I'm going to do, attribute I'm going to type in new line. Okay. For the first field. So already input type is there. First attribute type is text. What else we can use? So here we can use value. Okay. And I'm going to type here your name. Okay. If I'll save, if I will save this one, here you are able to see that it is giving me some text in this field. Okay. But what is the problem with that? So now we are able to understand that this is for the name. This field is for the name, but here we are able to remove that name. No, every time if we will save, it will appear. But here we can type something and that will start from here after this your name, because that is the value of this text field. Okay. So this is nothing but predefined. You can say in code, I hard coded this your name value for this particular field. That's why it is coming. So you can use value attribute if you want to define any like predefined value. If you want to provide, you can use this value attribute. But this is not useful in this case. No, here it is saying your name. If you are removing once, then again you do not have anything here. Okay, until and unless you are not going to refresh the page. Okay, so this is not going to solve your problem. So what else you can do here? Okay, here we have another attribute called placeholder, and same value I'm going to pass here, your name. We'll save this one. So I'm not able to see any placeholder right now, but once I will remove all these texts. So from where this text is coming? From here, because we have given value, predefined value here as your name. So if I will remove this, then you will be able to see that placeholder. Even though there is nothing in that field, you are able to see the placeholder. So this placeholder attribute you have to use, not this one. Okay, so I'm going to remove this one for now. So whenever we are landing on this page, we are able to see this your name placeholder. So once if you will start typing something, that will disappear. Okay, and if you will remove that text, again it will appear. So you can use placeholder attribute for this field. But still, if you started typing something and you have a long form and you have entered your name or your credit card details, something like that. You are in that field, any number field, and you are not sure for what purpose this field is there. You have started like this is for the credit card number and you started typing your name. Okay, so right now you are not able to see the placeholder in this case. So if you will remove, then only you are able to see. Let's say you are typing your credit card information here and you are in between somewhere. So you don't want to delete all these things. Okay, and you just wanted to confirm whether it is a credit card field, credit card number field or not. So for that reason, what we can use, that is a global attribute we can use here, title attribute. And simply here also we can pass the title for tooltip. Now if you are typing something and now you are not able to see the placeholder, if you will hover here, you will get tooltip, your name. So easily you can identify like for what purpose this field here we are using. Okay, so tooltip also you can add to any field by using this title attribute. That is fine. We are able to submit this one. So now form is getting submitted, means right now not to the actual server. Okay, so once you will submit, this field will be empty. Fine. Fine. Okay, so we have seen here value attribute, type attribute, okay, placeholder attribute, title attribute. That is totally fine. Okay, so here even though if I'm now not typing anything, if I'm leaving all these fields empty, I'm able to submit data. Okay, I'm able to submit this form. What if you want to make this field as a mandate field? Then we have another attribute that you can use, and this one is empty attribute, that is required. Sometimes you will see people are writing like this, required is equal to required. So this one also work, but don't use this one. Okay, so first I'm going to show you this one. So here we do not have any data for the first input field. As you can see, if you'll try to submit now, say it is not able to submit that form. Okay, so here we have one restriction that this field is mandate. Until and unless you're not going to fill this field, it won't allow you to submit this form. See here, please fill out this field. So now you have to type something here. If you will type something, then see, it is able to submit that. So you can use required attribute whenever you want to make any field mandate. Okay, now I'm going, I have removed that value, required is equal to required. Always use this one only, this empty attribute required. Wherever you want to put this one, you can order, you can make like, you can write first required, then type, then value. That doesn't matter actually. Okay, so if you want to make any field mandate, you have to use this required attribute. Now again, I'm going to show you with this one. See, same result. Okay, now next attribute we will see. One second. Yeah, so placeholder we have added for the first field. Okay, so same thing we can do for the next one here for email field. Okay, so I'm going to add here placeholder, and here I need to write like your email. Okay, fine. Same thing we can do with this one. So placeholder again, I'm going to write here Okay, we'll save this one. Okay, now this is looking good actually. You can add title attribute also if you want, but here I have explained already about the value, placeholder, title, and required. So in each and every field, I'm not going to write that. Okay. So if I'll submit here, the first field is mandate. If you want to make second one also mandate, then same. You have to use this one, required attribute. Okay. So now here the first field is mandate. If you will fill that one, it will ask you here, please fill out this field. Now one thing here you will be able to see, if you are using required no for email, type email. So while explaining here, when I was explaining input type email, I was not able to explain why we are using input type email and why we are using input type text, because these two fields are like same field. Here we are able to enter some text, but now you will get clarity why we are using input type email. There are many reasons actually. The first reason I'm going to give you here. Let's say if I'm not entering here anything and this one is a required field, if you will try to submit, it will ask you to fill out this form. I'm going to type some text. Still it is giving me error. Please include an at. Okay, because this is an email field. Okay, that's why see here tooltip also coming. Please include an at in the email address. So see, now I'm going to add at. If I'll submit, again it is saying, so please enter a part following by this one. So I need to enter some text. See, now I'm able to submit this, but still that is not correct one. But we can restrict any user if you will use here required field for the email field. So that's why whenever you have any email field, whenever you want any username, always use input type email. And there is another reason also. If you are using input type email no, and you are uh, opening this page in your mobile phone, once if you will click here no on this field, so according to this field only you will get the keypad, virtual keypad. Okay, in that they will provide you .com option or dot option / option. So here in browser you are not able to see that, but once if you will open this page in your phone, then you will be able to see. Okay, now how about password? So we have seen like how to use this one required attribute and why it is required. Another thing here, as we were able to type like here I'm typing something, then here please fill out this field. I'm giving this email and then here at the rate and any text, and we are able to submit this. But if you want to restrict, if you want to give some pattern, then you can give here. And for that one, you have to use what? You have to use one pattern attribute. But for password, I'm going to show you that pattern, how actually it will work. So for password field, I'm going to use pattern attribute. So here in pattern attribute, you have to pass one regular expression. So before providing that, what I'm going to do, simply I'll type some text in the your name field. Okay, and now in your email, I'm going to type, let's say abc@gmail.com. Fine. And now here I'm going to type some password. Okay, anything. If I'll submit, it is allowing me to submit that. Fine. But if you want to restrict here for the password field, that the password at least should be like minimum character, I'm saying minimum length of the password should be 8 characters. Okay, so at that time what you can do, simply you have to write the regular expression here. Okay, so if I'm going to pass let's say 0 to 9, means I can just uh, type here as a password, just numbers 0 to 9. Okay, and here I have to pass 8 characters, only 8, not 7, not 9. Then only it will work. Now I'm going to save this one. I have saved this one or not? So for password field, it is not working. Let me check. For this one, let me check this one. I didn't fill password. Okay. One second. Okay, yeah, sorry. So here, once I'll type, it will ask me to match that requested pattern. So here, as I have given a pattern that I can enter just number, okay, 0 to 9 combination, and the character length should be 8. So here I'm going to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is asking me to match the format. 8 and 9. Again, it is asking me to match the format. So if I'll remove one character from here, and now if I'll submit, see, it is allowing me to submit that. Okay, so you can use here pattern attribute also if you want to give a validation. Okay, so not showing for client. Yeah, so that information you can pass in the label, so that we will see. Means explicitly you have to provide that information. Okay, so now you can use any regular expression, okay, here. So just I'm showing you one example. You can make your own pattern if you want. So simply you can search for this HTML5 pattern. This is one site. You can note down this one, html5pattern.com. So here you will get restrictions or the patterns for the names, passwords, okay, credit card details, postal code, for dates, phone numbers. So you can check out this one. Okay, just note down this one, html5pattern.com. Okay, so for that purpose you can use here pattern attribute. And this pattern will work for input type tel, input type number, input type email, input type password, input type text. Okay, for these fields you can use this one, pattern attribute. Okay, till here, do you have any question? Anyone? No. Okay.
Sir, I have the question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, for password, we don't need to write require or need to write required.
Yeah, that actually depends on you, your requirement. You can write. I have explained for this field, email field and input field. If you want, you can write here also. You can write required. Okay, here
Okay.
also. So means I'm explaining you, like if you want to make this field mandate, use this attribute.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, no issue. Now,
Sir,
yeah,
sir,
go ahead.
when We have required fields now, sir.
Hmm.
Without submit button, how can we identify it's required or not? In some cases, we identify with star
A
symbols, no, sir.
star. So that you can put by using CSS. Okay,
Okay.
even without using CSS also you can do. I will explain you about label tag, then you will be able to understand. Okay, means wherever you think like this field is mandate, so here you can put like one red color star or one star kind of thing. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, star indicator for particular mandatory field. So by using CSS easily we can do. If you want, I can show you here. Okay, just this is not the CSS session, but still if you are interested, I can show you here. Mm, here we have form. So inside form, wherever we have, let's say required field. Okay, so before that I want to put a star. One second, one second, guys, just one second. First we'll try for the input. We are able to select all the inputs, and simply I'm going to write here before content. Let's say I'm writing simply here hi, and color red. It's not visible where it is. One second, one second, guys. Just going to copy and let me try here. One second, guys. It is working fine. Before content. I have to check this one. I will show you how exactly it will work. I'm not sure why it is not working here. It should work actually. I think I'm doing some mistake. How to give condition for password as at least one cap or at, yeah, that we can control with the regular expression also, or we can write JavaScript code for that. Yeah, attribute is nothing. See, element is nothing but the tag inside angle bracket, whatever name you are writing, no, that is the tag or element you can say. And additional information if you are going to provide about that tag, that is nothing but attribute. Okay. So we'll see that like how to add stars for all the required fields, that we will see. Don't worry about that. Okay. So now we have seen how to add these like required fields, attribute and placeholder, title, pattern. Now, another important attribute we are going to see, like if you have booked a ticket for railway, in that form, they won't allow you more than 15 characters in your name field. So let's say here I'm typing something in name field. So I'm able to type here like kind of paragraph also. But what if you want to restrict someone that no one should be able to enter more than like 15 character? So for that one, we have one attribute called max length. Okay. And max length I'm going to give here, let's say 15. So now if I'll try to enter something, see, after 15 characters, see, whatever I'm typing from keyboard, that is not acceptable here. So you can restrict someone by using this max length. Okay. Here we have required field. So you can uh, type your email ID. Then here, please fill out this field. Okay, fine. Please match the requested format. So here I have to type 8 digits only. Okay. Now I'll be able to submit this form. Okay. So we have seen like max length also. Now, whenever we are submitting the form, okay, so where actually you have to submit that path you need to give here. And for that one, here we have one attribute called action. Action, and then you have to provide here one server URL, or you can say the endpoint where you want to submit your form. So right now I don't have anything. So simply just for demo, don't use this one in real time. In real time means whenever you are working with the backend developer, they are going to provide you that endpoint where to submit that. Okay. So here I'm going to write here https www.google.com. We'll save this. Okay. We'll save this. And now we'll come to this form. We'll try to enter something here. Okay. Now if you'll submit, no, it will take you to the Google page post submitting this. So like that, once if you have any endpoint URL here, then you have to provide in the action, means post submitting data will be passed to the server to that particular URL. Okay. Now, one more attribute is there, that is method. Okay. Okay. So here method, in that you can pass two values. Let's say if you have any form. Okay. One second, just I'm going to hide this. Yeah. If you have one form, so you can do two things. First, either you can submit the data. Okay. And second one, you can render some data from the server. Let's say if you want to check your PNR number, simply you will enter your PNR, you will click here to get your like ticket details. So in that case, you are requesting something from the server, and that data will come from the server and it will display on the web page. And here we are submitting the detail to the server. Okay. So two things we can do. In case if you are going to submit something to the server, then use the method as post. Okay. And in case if you are requesting something from the server, then use the method as get. So two method you can use here for forms. Okay, is that clear? Any question?
Sir, can you explain me again for this post and get option?
Yeah, sure. So here get means whenever you are requesting something, some data from the server. Okay. So in that case, in your form, you can mention method as get. And one more uh like thing I'm going to explain you here. Let's say if you have any detail, okay, whatever detail you are filling here, let's say your password and your email ID. If you'll submit with the get, okay, so as a query string, right now here it is not coming, but if you will be on the real server, it will show you in the that URL bar. Here you can see it was coming as a question mark, means query string. Then whatever data you have entered, no, that will be visible. See here, everything will be visible. So for that reason, whenever you are going to submit any detail, okay, don't use the get method. Use always post. So your data will be hidden. It won't be visible in the URL bar. Okay. So for that purpose, we can use the post and get. How to validate confirm password? Confirm password means if you have two fields, create a password and then re-enter password like that. So that we can do, Jania, with the help of JavaScript. We have to take values of those two fields and we have to just compare. Okay. And then we can say these two passwords are same or not. That we can do with the help of JavaScript. Fine. So after this action attribute and method attribute of form, we have another attribute. So yesterday we have seen about this one name attribute. Where is that? Yes, here, just to group that radio button. Like if you have multiple options and you want to select just one option, then you have to group, okay, with this name attribute, and you have to give the same name for those fields. Okay, so that we have seen yesterday. But what if this one is radio button? No, these two. Yes. So in your form, let's say if there is any radio button, you can select any one of them. That is fine by using this name attribute. So here also I'm going to just indent like this so it will be easy to understand. Name. Okay. So we were using these two attributes. Here also I'm going to indent this one. Okay, that is fine. So once I'm reloading the page, you can see none of them are by default selected. So what we can use? So here again, we have one empty attribute called checked. What is that? Checked. So see here, now it is automatically whenever you will refresh the page, no, that is checked because I have used here checked attribute. Okay. In case if you are going to put this checked attribute for both of them, so the next one, the last one, whatever field is there will work. That you can see because you can select any one of them. Okay. So in single selection, you can go with just one field as a by default checked attribute. So male is by default here selected. Okay. Now, how about this checkbox field? So here for the checkbox field, I'm going to indent these things. Okay. Now here we have another field. Again, I'm going to indent this one. Okay. And the last field is here. So if you will see here, we have multiple options and we can select all of them, okay, at a time. So here in this case, if you will use checked by default checked attribute, so see here, by default, this one is selected. What if I'm going to use again checked for this one? So see, both of them are selected now by default. So checked, you can use for all the fields here whenever you are going to use the checkbox. Okay, because this is for the multiple selections, but radio button you can use only once if you are grouping those buttons. Okay, so do remember this. Any question here? What
Why
is
did you
red?
use name as a gender in this checkbox?
So yesterday I was using that. I can change here like game also, means just I was showing yesterday like how to write any name. Okay,
Okay,
is
why
that
are you not using placeholder here?
because see, this is not a normal input field where you can type something.
Okay,
Okay, so instead of placeholder, here we can use label. Okay,
okay,
that I will show you. Don't worry about that. Like right now, see, if I'm going to uncheck this one, if I'm clicking here, then only I'm able to check this. But if I'll click here on cricket, this checkbox is not getting selected. So that
okay,
also we will see. Don't worry about that. Okay, so
okay,
here we cannot use placeholder. Okay, so we will use label tag. Okay. Now we are going to see another attribute that is very useful actually in real time. Let's say if you have to upload some file. So input type, yesterday we have seen input type file. Okay. So here we have input type file. I'm going to use here break, again break type. Here we have input type file. So simply if I'll click here, it will show me like, see, the all files I'm able to select. So let's say if I want to upload here this image, I'm able to do so. Once if I'll open and if I'll try to select this one as well as this one, see, at a time I'm pressing here control, okay, and I'm trying to select another one, I'm not able to do so. So what if you want to upload multiple files then? So in that case what you can do is simply use one attribute called multiple. Okay, if you will use this attribute inside input type file, then if you will try to select, see, I'm able to select all these files. Okay, if I'll open here, it will show me 5 files, but if I'll hover here, no, it will show me the all file names that you can see. So whenever you are going to upload like multiple files in input type file, use this multiple attribute, otherwise it will not work. Means you won't be able to upload at a time multiple files. Okay, so this is the first thing that you can use. Another attribute here you can use for input type file. For now, if you will see, we are able to select now multiple files, but here it is showing me all file types, JPG, PNG, and this one is a Microsoft Edge, is nothing but some other format is there that we can check. This is a folder. So what if you want to restrict any user, they should be able to just upload image only. So in that case, we have another attribute called accept. Okay, so there you can mention extensions like user should be able to upload .jpg file. Okay, just jpg. If I'm opening here, it is showing me folder. Okay, because inside that also we do have jpg image. So here this one is a jpg, it is not showing me png in this list. Okay, and here you can see the file type is not all files, it is jpeg. Okay, image. First thing, if you want to mention like multiple extensions, then just put a comma dot, let's say if you want to upload pdf also, if you want to allow like someone should be able to upload doc also, so you can write like this is the first way. Okay, and here I'm going to put this one just below this one. Either you can write like this, immediately after this input type file I'm writing accept is equal to, you can write .jpg, .pdf, .doc. Okay, like that. Now what is the next format that you can use here? Simply you can say instead of this, hey, a user should be able to just upload some audio. Okay, audio file. Then audio, in audio also we do have many extensions, different types of extensions. So simply you can write either mp3, okay, like audio slash mp3, or if you want to allow all type of audio files, just put a star over there. Okay, one second. Okay, or you can write here like this mp3. Okay, now If you have any video file, same, you have to write here like this. Okay, accept is equal to video. Like this you can write. Let's say if you have to just allow like for images only. Okay, for images, so you can write here image slash just for png, so you can write png. Okay, like this you can write. What if you want jpg also? So simply you can write image slash png comma image slash jpg. Like this also you can write. Okay, fine. So if I will click here now, here we have png file. Inside input mode we have like png file only, I think, or jpg, png only. So it is showing me that. So we can use this type of like attribute accept just to restrict the user, like what type of file you're supposed to upload. So that we can use here. For file, input type file, one more attribute is there, which is also important. Like if you are using in case a mobile phone, okay? So in mobile phone, simply if you will mention this accept, so directly it will take you to the gallery or somewhere like from where you can use that image, means upload that image. What if directly after clicking this in your mobile phone, if you want to open your camera just to capture the image, so in that case you have to use one attribute called capture. Okay, you have to use this capture attribute. Right now here, if I will open, I'm not able to see any difference. But whenever you are going to open this one, this choose file option in your mobile, automatically it will open your camera, and from there you can capture your image, and whatever image you are going to capture now, if you'll click OK on that, that image will be uploaded here. Okay, then you can use this attribute if you want. But here in browser, we do not have that facility. So this is about the input type file. Okay. Now, after this, do you have any question here in this one, guys? Whether we need to add any extension to work for submit and clear form, or else it work automatically. Me, whether we need to add any extension. Extension for what? To validate that type of file. Means while submitting Rashmi, I didn't get you what you are asking. Like you are saying after restricting this extension of this file, when you will submit that, it won't allow me, or just to validate that at time
No,
at
no,
that
no,
time.
sir, it is not that. While submitting the your name, email ID, and password,
Hmm.
whether the submit button it will automatically work, or we have to give any extension. We need to add any extension file for that.
Extension file. Still, I didn't get you. Means what you are saying. See here, whatever I have used, attributes. If I'm clicking here, it is asking me it is working fine. Means what extension you are saying?
Like if we submit that button in
Hmm.
our code also, it will be working, or we need to add any extension for that. Some files will be there, no sir, to work.
No, we are writing in HTML. It will work in our code, no?
Okay, okay, sir. That's what I was having that doubt. That's it.
No, in HTML file it will work once if you will execute that.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so next thing here we have after this another attribute which we are going to see. See, Once we are on this image slash the star is working, it will work. Just try that. Moli Krishna, what is your question?
Hello.
Yeah.
If images have so many formats,
Mm-hmm.
so we cannot directly input the JPG, comma PNG, comma BM, bitmap or anything. Just we can provide the image as star is working for the only image for this.
Yeah, for only image format it will work. If you want to go with the audio file or PDF file, then you have to mention over there like .doc. Means here you can mention in the same line image slash a star, means all type of image, comma video slash a star, all type of video, like that you can mention. Okay. So now the next attribute is about, like, see, I'm on this page and now if I'm going to press tab. So if I'm pressing tab, my cursor is here, see, automatically where my cursor is blinking, the focus is going for the first field, then again tab, again tab, again tab. See how it is going. Okay. So this is the default excuse me, order. What if you want to change the tab index order? Then, so in that case, we have another attribute called tab index, and here you have to pass the value. So for the first field, I'm giving tab index 3. Second field, I'm giving tab index 4. For this one, password field, I'm giving here, let's say not 4, this one 2, and this one I'm going to give here as 1. We'll save. If I'll press here 1, first one is going for this one. Then here, this one, 1 means 0, then 1. One second. Sorry. 0, 1. 1 second. 1 second. Why it is not working? Tab index. 1. Tab index 3, 2, 1. Let me change here. Then tab index to 0, 1, 2. Let me try this one. Yes, now it is working. So I think I have given some like wrong order. So here tab index, you can see if you want to change, let's say if now I'm landing on this page. So this is the 1, then here this one is 2, then here we have 3. So like that you can change. Okay. So the tab index property you can use just to change the tab index order. Okay. So the first one is saying 0, 1, 2. Even you can give the tab index in -1. Okay. See how it is working. I have changed the order now. So you can also use the tab index attribute just to change the tab index order. Now, the next one here we have next attribute, which here you won't be able to see directly what exactly that is going to do, but in mobile phone you can check. Okay. So let's say here we have input field name. Okay. So here one attribute I'm going to use, that is input mode. Okay. So input mode I'm going to use here as like we have many values that we can use. By default it is none. None we can use. Okay. None we can use. By default it is none. Another value we can have here, like if you are going to type here your name, so your name will be like in text format, so you can simply type here text. You might ask, hey, what is the difference between type text and input mode text? Okay, that I will show you. I will show you that. But before that one, I'm going to add for email also. So input mode value, here we have email. So what are the possible values we can use for the input mode? That I'm going to write here. Input mode attribute. And for this one, either we can use by default none. Okay. Another value we can use text. Okay. We can use email. Okay. We can use even URL. Okay. And then we can use even decimal. Okay. And even we can go for the search. Fine. And one more thing is there for telephone, that is tel. So these are the possible values, means you can write input mode, text input mode, email input mode, decimal. So what will happen when you will use this in browser? You are not going to see any change, but I will show you what will happen once you will switch to the mobile device. Not here. Where is that? Let me check directly. I think here we have one file called input mode. I'm going to open this one. Okay. So here you will be able to understand what exactly is that. See, if you will use input type, 1 second. This one is for the decimal. Okay. So how it will appear in Android device that you can see on the left side, and how it will appear in the iOS device that you can see on the right hand side. So this one is for the decimal. This one is for the input type tel, means telephone. So on keypad, you will get these values, this type of value. Left hand side, again, we have Android, and right hand side, we have iOS device. This one is a numeric. I missed that one. Numeric and decimal are same, but here you can see on the right hand side, there is a minor difference that you won't get comma in iOS device. Okay. Numeric I missed, I will mention there. So this is for the numeric. This one is for, you can see here we have at symbol no on keypad. Here also we have at symbol, means this one is for the email. Okay. This one is for the text, normal text, whatever. No, sorry. Here we have slash. Slash is mainly used for the URL. So input mode URL whenever you will have. So it is allowing you to here type directly. It is giving on the keypad, whatever URL you will type, dot and slash is there. Okay. Next here we have for the text, normal text that you can see, then you will get this type of keypad. So for that reason, we use this attribute input mode, either email or search or URL, this kind of thing. Okay. So 6 possible values are there that you can use. For email here, directly it is giving you this one. If you're going to type any like pin, okay, then you can use this input mode as what we say numeric, or decimal you can go with here. This is for telephone. Means if you want to add like a star or hash or plus sign that you can see here before any number, then you can go with the input type, sorry, input mode tell. So for this reason, we actually use, because I do not have that phone to show you here. That's why I have captured those images just to show you that. I will attach that image folder with this file and will upload in the Google Classroom. Don't worry about that. Okay. So here we have numeric option also. Okay. So any question here, guys, for this input mode? No? Fine. So next attribute here we have, let's say you have one field number field. If input mode is text, we enter numeric value, it is shows error. No, 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 not like that. That input mode text, if you will use, it will give you just text option by default, but you can change. You can change the keypad. That option is also there. Alok. So let's say here we have input type number. Okay. And here again, I'm going to put a break and again one break. So see here we have number. So in case if I have to give some like range number. So right now if I'm clicking up key, up arrow key, see automatically it is getting increased. Okay, if I'll press, it will go to the like, I don't know the limit. Okay, if I'll go and will press the down key, see the number is getting decreased. It will go in minus also. So what if you want to restrict any person, any user with some limit? Okay, so then we have one attribute called min. So min means here you can mention the minimum value. I'm going to put it as minimum. I'm saying it will be 10. So whenever I will press the down key, see, when I'm pressing down key, it is not going down below 10, but I'm able to type anything that we can do. But from keyboard, I'm not going to, I'm not able to change that one below 10 because here we have given min value as 10. Likewise, we can restrict max value also. Okay, max value I'm going to give here as 20. Okay, max value 20. So here, if I'm pressing down arrow key, I'm not able to go below that number. If I'm pressing up arrow key, it is going up to 20 only. So for that reason, we can use here in number field, we can use min and max attribute and we can pass the number. So this is the first scenario that you can use min and max. Where else you can use this one? Okay, apart from this number field, where else you can use this min and max? So let's say here I'm going to take one input field. Okay, again we'll decorate this one like this so it will be easy to understand. Okay, again I'm going to use br tag just to break that line. So here we have input type, not text. I'm going to use here input type date. Okay, we'll save this one. So here we have date. Okay, so it is giving me the current date. Okay, we can go to like any year, 2010 June. We can select any date. We are able to do that. So what if you want to add that restriction here as well, that here no one should be able to go uh, below this year, 2010 or 2015, like that. If you want to restrict, then what you can do is simply here you have to type min. Okay, and this is for date, no date field. So the format here we have 2010 17 6, means this is the date, then month, and then year. So here you can pass like this 2019 hyphen or dash, then you have to pass the month. Okay, dash. Okay, like that. So here I'm giving 2019 October, let's say 10th of October. That is the minimum value I'm setting here. So this is the current. See, now I'm not able to scroll here. Okay, below this year. If I'll expand this 2019, no. So see, it is starting from October, and before that everything is disabled. Okay, so from October, even if I'll start in October before 10, everything is disabled. So you can use this min attribute whenever you want to limit any person here, like in calendar, like no one should be able to select any other date. Then you can go with the min attribute. For date type, input type date. So this is the second use case. Now let's say the same thing is for if you have input type, let's say month. Okay, I'm removing this month here. So you are able to select like any year right now. See, any year you are able to select, and from there you can select any month. Okay, fine. But here also, if you want to limit that, what will happen? Here you have to write min. Okay, and after that for month you have to mention, like let's say here to 2020 hyphen July. Okay, I'm going to save this one. For this, 1 second, 07 I think I have to give. See, so if your number is below 10, you have to add 0, otherwise it will not work. So see here, now we are not able to go below this. Okay, 2020. So here in 2020 everything is disabled, and just July is getting highlighted here, and in July we can select directly this month. So we can use this min attribute for the what we say, and max also I think we can use here. Max 2020 hyphen 10. So see, just 1 year it is showing. Min is July, max is October. So you can limit that one. Okay, even you can do this one for week, input type week. But for week, I'm going to show you the format will be a bit different. Okay, so here what you have to do, input type, you have to mention week. Okay, and min you have to write in another form, not like this. So for week you have to write like first year, let's say 2000 or 2020 only I'm going to write, and then week number you have to write dash week 32. Okay, and in max I'm going to use week 44. We'll save this one. So here we have that. Minimum and maximum is not working like that. Let me check this. It should work. I think minimum I'm saying week 32, week 44. It should work actually. We'll see this one, why it is not working. I'm missing something over there. How to set min today only. Okay. So here, if you have like 2000 means 2022, the month is 02. Here means directly from here you can do like this, but dynamically if you want to change the min date as like today, then you have to use JavaScript. So here you can mention like this for input type date. See, and before this we are not able to select, even there is no year. Okay, so we can use this min and max attribute as you have seen. And now the next attribute we will learn about, that is step. Okay, step. So where you can use a step, uh, let's say here you have one range, or in number only I'm going to show you. There also I can. In number, here once if I'm pressing up or down key, it is getting incremented by 1 every time. So here step attribute we can use. So each and every step should increase with the 0.1. So by default here we have 10. So 10.1, 2, 3, 4, like that it will increase. Okay. So then you can use a step attribute. This is the first use case. Or you can go with the like a step 2. Every time it will increase by 2. See. Okay. Then you can use a step attribute. So this is the first case. Another one here we have that we can use in range, I think. Yes. Input type, we have range, no? Here we have range. Okay. So here we can use a step. And min and max also we can use. So minimum I'm going to give here 10. And max I'll give here 100. And steps I'm going to use here 10. So here see, now it is not going as smoothly. 10 steps it will 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So like that in a steps now it is going. Okay. See, this is 100% and in 10 steps it is going like that. And if I'll keep here 50, see 50. Okay, 50 directly it is coming here and here. Okay, max I have given here 100, no? So let's say here we have max 200. See 50, 50, again 50, So it should be a bit less. Okay, if I'll start from min 0, 0, 50, 50, 50, again 50. Okay, so minimum, if you will start from 0, then you can calculate like this. If you have 100, so how many steps will be there? If you are taking a steps of 50, then 2 steps only. 1, 2, like that. So then you can use steps in range. You can use steps in input type number. Okay, is that clear, everyone? Or you have any question till here? Okay, fine. Now, next important thing here. We have seen here that we are using checkbox and label. So once if I'm clicking here on football, this checkbox is not getting unchecked, or even if it is unchecked, if I'm clicking here, it is not getting checked. If I'm clicking on this one, female, it is not getting checked. So what else we can do here just to work in that form? So here we have a new tag called label. Okay, label tag. So whenever you want to give a label, let's say here we have your name, there is no placeholder, sorry, no label for this field. So what we can do is, for this input field, I'm going to put a label tag here. Okay, label, and here I'm saying your name. So here we have this one. Okay, your name before this field. So what we can do is, here we can put a break tag. Okay, so your name is coming on top, and below that we have that field. Fine. So if I'm clicking on this label, it is not getting highlighted, first thing. And if I'm going to give here one attribute called ID, okay, ID, let's say F name means first name. Okay, I'm giving ID. ID should be unique. In one page, in one web page, you're not supposed to use like same ID name twice. So if you're using F name, don't use anywhere else the same name. So here this label is for which element that you have to mention. For that reason, here we have an attribute in label called for. Okay, for. So this label is for, you have to mention that ID, F name. So now if I'll click here, no, see this field is getting highlighted. So in case if I'm removing this ID from here and will place somewhere else, let's say here, if I'll place ID F name. So now if I'll click here, no, on your name, see it is getting checked, unchecked. Are you getting that? So that's why whenever you are placing any label, you have to mention the ID, like if you are clicking here, where it should target. So that's why here you have to, excuse me, mention the ID for each and every element. So now if I'll click here, it is highlighting here this field. Likewise, here we have cricket. Let's say here we have this one. So simply we can put one label. I'm giving ID as male. Okay, and ID will put here for the first one as male. Name should be same in same case also. Okay, because this is a case sensitive. Now the same thing we are going to do for the another field. Here we have again one ID attribute, and ID value I'm going to give it as female. Okay, we'll save this one. So now if I'll click here, it is selected. 1 second. Okay, here ID I need to change, in this one, female. If I'll click here, now see it is getting selected. If I'll click here, it is getting selected. So whenever you have any label and you want to apply on any field, you can use like this. Okay. For attribute, for ID means for which element you are using this label, that you have to mention, that ID you have to mention. So that's why here we are able to select this one. Likewise, you can do for this one. So this is the task for you. Like you have to add a label for this field, and all these three fields. Okay. This is the task. Now, after this, to add Aadhaar format attribute. A span is not working instead of label. A span will work. A span will work, but you won't be able to do this, no? If you will use a span. Okay. So that's why here we have label tag. So two more important, okay, attributes are there. Right now, if I'm refreshing this page, no, by default, you can see the cursor is not blinking anywhere. So focus is not going to any field by default. If I'm pressing tab, then only here the focus is coming. So for that reason, in one page, only once you can use autofocus attribute. Okay. So let's say once if you are landing to this page, this password field should be highlighted, means auto-focused. So here we have input type password, and here I can use simply auto-focus. Okay, auto-focus attribute I can use here. So once if I'm refreshing this one, see, automatically it is coming here. Okay, if I'm refreshing this page, automatically focus is going where? Here. In case if you have multiple autofocus, you're not supposed to do this, but in case if you have multiple autofocus, one is here in input type text for your name. Okay, and this is also empty attribute. See here, the first one is working here. Okay, by default, first one is working, last one is not working. So that you have to remember that in one form or in one page, only once you can use autofocus attribute. So previously it was not coming, but now if I'm coming here and if I'm refreshing the page, automatically focus is going to that particular field. Okay, that you can do for any field wherever you want to put a like automatic focus. Okay, now the very important attribute now I'm going to explain you, that is the last attribute for form. Okay, and that will be the last topic for today. Tomorrow again we'll continue the form elements. We have like text area, we have select box, we have data list, we have a field set, legend. So those things also we will see, but for today I'm just going to explain you about one last attribute called autocomplete. Okay, so if I'm using here autocomplete, either you can use directly for the any input element or any form element here, and autocomplete you have option, either you can write on or you can write off. So when to use this one? Let's say if you want to show like automatically some password hint which is already saved, or email hint. Let's say if I'm clicking here, okay, so it should show me that, what is that? Let me check. When I'm clicking here, autocomplete is on. Here I need to remove this, but it is not working. For password, no. In form itself, let me add here, it should work. Autocomplete on. Okay, let me submit once. Okay, if I'll submit, and then we'll come back to this form. See here. Now see, autocomplete is coming here. If I'm clicking here, 1 second. For this one, it is coming. For email, it is not coming. Let me check here. Autocomplete. I need to mention this one as on. It should work actually. So let me check the support here, whether it is supported in Chrome or not. So if you want to check for any element or any attribute, whether it is supported in the browser or not, then you can go for the can I use site. Okay. Can I use? And here you can type whatever attribute you want to check or whatever element you want to check. Let's say here I'm going to type auto complete. Okay. Okay. So this is a partially supported. Okay. Green means 100% it is supported. And this color means partially supported. That's why I think it is not working, but you can use this one. This is very useful for the Safari. If you will say for the mobile devices, it is working. See, okay. For mobile devices, it will be helpful. Means every time you do not have to enter those details if you have. So always, if you are going to make any responsive website and you are going to use that one in mobile phone, use whatever field you want to make, like that one as an autocomplete you can use. And one more important thing here, let's say here you have email field. Okay, instead of email field, let's say you have any credit card information, credit card number, or credit card expiry date, month, year, whatever you have. So in mobile phone, if you don't want to enter every time, if you want to get that like that auto suggestion kind of thing, then use this autocomplete. This one is for like autocomplete on and off, you can do for the form. Okay, but for like individual element you can target of that form, and there you can mention let's say if you want to enable this one for email. Okay, if you will mention here email, no, so if you'll click in your mobile device, if you'll click here, you will get like automatically it will ask you to select the emails which you have previously typed somewhere in email field. Okay, so this is the first value that you can use, and autocomplete value I'm going to possible values I'm going to show you here that you can use. Visually I'm not able to show you here what exactly will happen when you will use this, but in mobile phone this is very handy. So autocomplete email you can use, autocomplete let's say if you have any username and that you want like it should automatically take, then you can take username, autocomplete is equal to username in that particular field. Autocomplete after that means email and then username. Then let's say if you are creating your password, like, or you are resetting your password, in that case you will have two fields. So if you are saying simply like if you have the existing password, so in current password field you can means when you will ask to change someone to change the password, so you are asking for let's say like enter your current password, then enter new password, like that. So for current password field, simply you can type here current password. Okay, so it will give you automatically that password, automatically it will come in that field. And for new password you can mention here simply new password. And this autocomplete is going to work in iOS device and Android device also, that we have seen already in Can I Use. Okay, the browser support is good for the mobile devices. See, Safari, Opera, Android browser, Opera mobile, Chrome for Android. So that you can see here, green color means it is supported. So these type of values you can use. Another important value that you can use, let's say, if you are getting one-time password, at the time, simply, let's say if you have any one-time password field and you have to verify, simply you can write this one time code. So whenever you are getting one-time code, no, automatically it will fill that field in mobile phone. In browser, that is not possible. Okay. Now the next thing, let's say if you are going to enter your like credit card details. Okay. So in that case, credit card means credit card details. First, let's say if you have to enter credit card, whatever name is on that card, simply then CC name, credit card name, or debit card. For debit card also you can use this one, but they have implemented this one for credit card. That's why they have given the name as CC. Okay. The full name, if you are going to pass full name, then you have to use CC name. Another one here we have, let's say if you have to pass just first name, then you have to mention CC dash given name. Okay. And then another value here we have, let's say you have to pass your last name, then CC dash additional name. Okay. Last name or nickname, if they are asking, then you can write like that. Okay. Then they will ask you for the credit card number. So for that one, you can simply write CC hyphen number in autocomplete. If you have those fields, you can simply mention this attribute and you have to pass these values. CC is nothing but credit card or debit card number. Again, let's say if you have to mention the expiry date. Okay. Expiry date. So you have to mention simply CC hyphen EXP, means in that the format will be MM, like this, MMY. Okay. So then you can pass the expiry date of that particular card, whether it is debit card or credit card. Another thing here we have in auto complete that you can use, that is CC, means in case if you are asking month in different field and year in different field, expiry date I'm saying, so simply you can pass CC month. Okay. And likewise you can ask for year also, so CC year. Sometimes you will get like that, means for month you will get another field, and for like separate field for month and a year. Okay. Then let's say if you have a CVV code, like 3-digit secure code on backside of your card, then what you have to do, you have to simply type CC. Okay. Then CSC, credit card security code. Okay. CSC. Then you can mention here even CC type. If you have any field called like whether this type is type of Visa or MasterCard, then you can write this CC type. So these are the possible values that you can pass, and it is supported in mobile devices. So in browser it is not working right now, that we have checked, but for mobile device you can use these possible values for autocomplete. So we are done for the day. If you have any question, you can ask me. Anyone?
What is the use of ID name?
Sorry.
What is the use of ID? As
ID.
it to, yeah.
ID is just for the unique identification. Okay. So whenever you want to give any unique value or unique identity of any element, then we use ID attribute. Okay.
Okay.
And ID should be unique.
Okay.
We're not
Ca-
supposed to write twice the same name or the same ID value for two different elements. Is that
Can
clear?
we give the class?
Class is different thing. Class we can give that we will see in
Okay.
CSS, like how to write class, how to
Class is
write ID.
different. Okay.
Yeah. So class is for group only. The name itself is stating class means group.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question, guys? Syntax of label and ID. Can you please explain once? Okay. Okay, fine. For label and ID, if you are asking, simply outside this form, I'm creating something. So let's say here we have one input field. Okay. Here we have one input field, text. Okay. And here at the bottom, we'll put a horizontal ruler, and then we'll put a break, again break, just to separate those things. So see here, we have this input field, fine. And here I'm going to give one placeholder called username. Okay, we are able to see that. So if you want to provide some label for this field, okay, for this field, then on top of it, simply I'm going to use label tag. Remove this for attribute for now. So label I'm giving here, enter your username. Simply if I'm writing enter your username, so means here it is saying, okay, in this field, I need to enter what? Username. And here as a placeholder, you can see here also it is, okay. Here also we have placeholder. Now, in case if I'm clicking here on this, if I'm clicking on this label here, then this field is not getting highlighted like this when I'm clicking here. So focus is not going to that particular field. So for that reason, what you have to do, you have to add one unique identity for this element. Okay. So if you want to provide any unique identity, you have to use ID attribute and then give some name. Okay. So simply I'm going to write here username only, ID as username. So here inside label, if you are clicking on this label, where the focus should go? To this particular element. So for that reason, we have one attribute in label tag called for. Okay, here we have for. So this label is for which element? So that element ID you need to pass here. So here we have ID username. So same you need to place username. Okay. So in this label, we have for attribute and this label is for username. So username is what? ID. So for this particular element, we have this label. I'm going to save this one now. If I will click here, the focus is going to this element. So for that reason, first for the naming thing, and another one, when I'm clicking on that particular label, then focus should go to that field. Okay. Is that clear, Shweta? Yeah.
Clear, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Any other question, guys? Anyone else? So I think you people have already received that link, Google Classroom link. Have you checked, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So from today onwards, I'm going to upload these exercise files in that Google Classroom only. So you can download it from there. And the technical person or the admin is going to upload the recorded videos every day. Means if I'm taking session today, then you will get to that video after 12 hours. Okay, they will upload every day. Muli Krishna, please do check your email. I think you have received that Google Classroom link. If you people do not have any other question, then we can drop off for the day. We will connect again tomorrow.
Yeah,
And we'll,
hello, sir. It's hello.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
hi. Sir, I have one doubt. Suppose if we mention a particular date of birth, okay, suppose we want to submit that form only for 10 years, about 10 years candidate.
Mhm.
So how we can mention the code?
So means directly from see from calendar, if you want to select that date, means date of birth.
Yeah,
Let's say in this case we have to select the date of birth from here, and if I'm selecting that any particular date, then we have to calculate that date whether it is like above 10 year or not. Is that your
okay.
question?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
No,
that,
suppose that that user should be about 10 years, then only the form should be submit, or else it cannot. It
so
should
that's what I'm,
be, yeah, pop up like, about 10 years should be
I
submit.
got it. So that's what I'm saying. Like as a user interface, if you are giving any field to the user, let's say this calendar, okay,
Okay.
just to select the date of birth. So here in month, in date, okay, date I'm going to remove just for now. I'm going to remove this one, that restriction. So let's say here I'm selecting any year, um, let's say 2010, then month and date. So I have selected this one. While submitting, you mean to say while submitting, I need to validate whether it is more than 10 years or not. Is that your question?
Yes. Yes, yes,
Huh.
sir.
So those kind of like validation we can do by using JavaScript. Okay.
Okay.
Here it is not possible directly.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah, we will see that once we will start JavaScript. No, in that we do have like date constructor, and then we'll see like how to use that. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, no problem. So anyone else has any question? How can I see the Google Class information since I joined yesterday? So hit an like you can contact to the admin person. Yesterday also I have shared the contact number, but still if you want me to share, I will. Okay.
Okay, and so they will gonna send me after my demo classes end, or they will gonna send me by today or tomorrow.
I think tomorrow they are going to send like each and everything, all the recorded videos when we have started the session. And today I'm going to post that exercise file, whatever we have learned yet. Okay.
And may I know when's what was your class started? When was your class started? Like it's in January,
L-
like February first week or this week?
first Feb. So actually first Feb was like just a demo, like
Mhm.
what I am going to teach. So those things only I have explained, but actual class I have started from Wednesday, last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday.
Yeah, 2nd Feb.
I see. So I have to cover the whole week. Gotcha.
Yeah,
No worries.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So you want me to share the admin detail, means contact detail?
Yeah, can you send me please?
Yeah, yeah. In chat, I'm going to share. You can connect with him if you have any question. Okay.
I have like so many like I'm taking like ASP.NET full courses, but since they have provided me the only two classes at the first two 2 months, and also I would like to join the HTML classes as well. But my time I have like a time consuming, so I'm planning to take like separate your classes.
Okay, okay.
Since I not like 50% of HTML and CSS, so I was like, let me take these classes as well.
Acha, okay.
And I have like time consuming, like I'm like out of country, like I'm in the USA, so I have like time consuming. So I have to, if I there's a like 4 o'clock or 3 p.m. classes in India, I have to like wake up early, like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. So
I got you. Got it. Yeah. So I have posted that contact detail of Prasad. You can connect with him on either on WhatsApp or directly you can call him. Okay.
I thank you.
Nice. Send me the admin. Yeah, Nishka, I have shared the contact details. Yes, yes. So Molly
Yeah,
Krishna,
thank you.
yeah. So Molly Krishna, you have asked about like min values we set with the JavaScript. See, min value you can like do hard code. If you want in HTML file, you can directly do that. Or if you want to set every time a dynamic value for the main attribute, you can do with the JavaScript. Okay. Okay, then guys, if we do not have any other questions, then we can drop off. Good night, everyone. Tomorrow again, we'll connect. Bye.
Good night,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Good night.
Yep.